which is literally the fattest I've ever been. Yo, what's going on guys? Rhys here from More Than Lifting, and I don't know what episode of the vlog this is because I've just lost track, so I'm not going to say that out loud. But lockdown's over, we're allowed in the gyms again, and I had a DEXA scan from my mate Owen at MyVitalMetrics. Check him out if you're in and around London or South England and you want to get an actually accurate measure of your body fat and bone density and muscle mass and the distribution of it across your body. I'm going to put a little clip in here, but I'm also going to do like a full-length video of my experience there, because we had like a 3D body scan as well. We had a proper accurate measurement of my height, which I don't think was accurate because the last time it said I was heavier, I was taller, sorry. So I don't know how I've like managed to shrink like a centimeter in like 6 months during lockdown, basically during that time. But I did gain some body fat. First off, this happened because I actually developed a hernia. So as soon as lockdown happened, I just basically went crazy for doing classes. So obviously having the website, even though the gyms were shut, I had like a bit of like online real estate, if you like, where I could immediately publish and run classes. And I had that up and running before the gyms even announced they were closed, before lockdown was official. I already had those kind of set up and ready to go. I also did like some online programs for like rings. I've got some pull-up out of the home, so I've done that, and some equipment-free programs. So there's 3 programs then I launched as well for the website, so people had ways of actually getting decent training programs. Because I don't know about you, but a lot of the stuff I saw on Instagram during lockdown was pretty shit. I mean, it was mostly like cardio. Even the core stuff wasn't very good. Like even the cardio wasn't that good. The body weight stuff was rubbish, because people don't like, I come from a certain place where I'm like gymnastics, calisthenics, so I know what to do with your body to be able to like really get good strength gains. But most people are used to doing weight training and that just don't have that kind of knowledge, which is, I mean, it's not their fault, you know, you can only do what you got, you can only do the best with what you've got. So, and that's not a shot at anybody at all, because you'd stick me on an Olympic lifting platform and I wouldn't know what to do with it at all, so it's okay. But I was doing some classes for Gymshark. I did some online bits for My Protein, and some things like that, which was really cool. So those opportunities were really good. I also had some classes for the Pole Studio, My Body Rocks, and CrossFit London, and for myself. So I was pretty busy, you know. I'm just thinking, was there anyone else actually? So the thing with this is, aside from that, just doing my clients as well. So aside from all of that stuff, like I was sneaking people into the flat. I was sneaking people into the flat to do some coaching because I had the equipment. And it wasn't directly in my flat, but just out through this window over here, we've got like a little courtyard thing, which has a nice little patio area outside where the gym for the flats is, which is pretty shit. So long story short, I was just taking the equipment out there in the sun, we were training, it was good. Social distancing, keep your hands away, no touching, obviously. And yeah, so that was that. But what was happening is I was getting up in the morning and I was doing like 3 to 4 hours of classes and stuff back to back. So what that was doing was basically meant I was doing a lot of core stuff, doing a lot of like handstand stuff, a lot of like push-ups and stuff. And I was basically just shagging my core out, I just ruin it. And eventually I just found that my belly button had collapsed basically. So I ended up going to hospital for that, to have it properly checked out, because after 2 weeks it didn't really change or anything. It didn't really change. So yeah, I ended up doing that, went to hospital. Yes, it's a hernia. So since then I basically haven't been training. So I doubled my fat percentage, almost. I was pretty close. So I was like 9%, and then I was 15.7%. Which is literally the fattest I've ever been. So what that's meant is, since lockdown happened, I've been doing, since lockdown's eased and the gyms have been open, I've obviously been back to doing clients and stuff. Speaking of which, if you're interested in coaching, go to morethanlifting.com/coaching. You can check out all my coaching packages and stuff. There are loads of ways that we can work together, whether it's online or in person, whether it's like bespoke programming or actual coaching and calls and stuff like that, or if it's just like a program that you buy on as like a one-off payment and you just have the program. Yeah, so anyway, so I was back to doing stuff like that, and very, very light training. I'm basically going to be I had a little appointment with the doctor who said, yeah, we'll refer you for surgery. Had a meeting with the hospital a couple of days ago. They were like, yeah, it's a 6 to 8 week wait. Okay, so I'm gonna have to deal with this for the next 6 to 8 weeks of trying to train and try to get back into decent shape, but without doing anything, basically, without doing anything intense, without overexerting anything with my core, because I basically, if I put too much pressure through my core, my insides could be out very quickly. So I can't do any heavy squats, any heavy deadlifts, I can't do any hardcore ring stuff, I can't do any leg raises, I can't do any there's a lot of stuff that I can't do. I can basically do really light stuff. So for me, that's like I've maxed out at about 60 kilo deadlift. I'm nervous about going any higher, even though that's less than my body weight. It still means that there's always the risk of using my core more than I think I am, and I'm all right with that. I'm comfortable doing like 60 kilo deadlifts, RDLs, like 40 to 50 kilo squats, this is less than half of what I was doing before lockdown, so it's kind of depressing, but you can only do what you can do, and that's the truth of it. So really, I've been doing loads of thrusters, I've been doing like very basic like chin-ups and dips, no real core stuff or anything like that, high intensity stuff. So the reason I'm sitting here with no top on now is because I've just gone and done a high intensity session at the gym in the flats, because I couldn't be bothered to go to the actual gym today because I had a day off from clients, which is a bit of a relief. Just because, when you're working like as a PT, self-employed, you're doing 7 days a week. Like if a client wants a session, like you're there. Or at least that's how I operate. Because especially now we're back from lockdown, it's basically like I need to earn. I need to be earning money. So I need to be. If someone's like, oh yeah, can we do this? I'm like, fucking yeah, I'll be out 5 minutes. Let's go now. So that's basically how you got to operate. I'm going to do a couple of videos actually about what it's like being a PT, how to get clients and stuff like that, because I think that'd actually help a lot of people. So I'm going to do that coming up in the next couple of weeks or so, especially seeing as Danny's starting her PTing as well. So a bit more information on that. I'll have a proper sit down just before she starts, and then like a month in or something, see how she's going with it, because I think that'll be cool, be so interesting. I've also been working on handstand programs. So I've got basically 3 phases of handstand development. It's called the Handstand Mastery course. The first phase is like 4 weeks. Then I recommend you have like a couple of days off, and then move on to phase 2, which is 5 weeks. And then there's phase 3, which is going to be another 4, 5, possibly 6 weeks actually. And what this is going to do is, the first phase is about mastering like wall supported handstands, and fixing like your posture and building the core strength and shoulder stability, because a lot of people struggle with that. This is something I didn't realize, but actually doing the classes about this during lockdown, I really found out the hard way, or at least firsthand, that people really struggle with these like wall supported handstands and stuff like that. So that's the first phase. We do crow stands, we do headstands, we do wall support, we practice kick-ups, we do like bench pike drills and stuff like that, like loads and loads of stuff. But yeah, that's the aim. Phase 2 is bridging the gap between a wall supported and a freestanding handstand. Now, it can take a long time to develop the consistency with the freestanding handstand, but that's what the next phase is about. That's what phase 3 is about, really, with different variations and actually working on it, the consistency, like daily, to be able to build the consistency enough to actually get a solid handstand. And I'll do a whole separate video another time about how I learned to handstand and how long it took me and what it actually took, like what kind of drills I did to actually master the handstand properly. But that's for another day. So I've been working tirelessly on this software called Just Coach, which was started late last year by one of my friends, actually, a guy called Rhys and a couple of his business partners. Really nice guy, Rhys Anderson. You should definitely check him out. Yeah, so I've been working on that. I usually use True Coach with clients, but for doing like online programs and stuff, I wanted something with a slightly better user experience, and I'll do a full video on that in the future, but I'll like include some little clips about how that looks and the comparison of it, just so you can see. Yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing. I really want to get back down to 9%. Or 8% ideally even. Muscle mass is obviously a big thing with that, because the more muscle you have, then the less fat you have to lose to get that ratio right, you know what I mean? But that's a kind of a different topic as well, because I'm very limited on what I can do to actually build muscle at the minute. Within reason, I mean, I can do stuff, but I can't go super heavy, and that's what it takes to build a lot of muscle fast. And I can't do too advanced calisthenics skills. Like I can't be doing any levers or anything like that. I can't be doing anything too crazy, which sucks, because it just means that basically what's happening is I'm losing skills rather than developing them, which is what you want. But anyway, enough misery. That's basically what's been going on with me. Yeah, just casting a spell on you there. I'm going to be, over the next week or so, restarting the podcast, because I haven't done a podcast episode in almost 2 years, like a year and a half or something like that it's been, which is terrible. And it's basically because before I was working so hard on moving from online and doing classes to doing personal training full time, and it was just taking everything out of me. And then I just kind of got complacent with it, because I was just working on the clients all the time, and I was just so busy with clients and classes and stuff that I just didn't have any time to myself anyway. And the only time that I did, I basically wanted to sleep. So yeah, podcasts are coming up soon. More information to come on that. Guys, that is it for this update episode. Surprise what the episode is of the blog. That's basically what's going on with my training. Lots of high intensity stuff, thrusters, some kettlebell swings, very lightweight stuff, pull-ups, dips. That's about it. You know, it sucks, but you know, you got to do what you got to do, and there's no point in just being a moany goose about it. Let's get out there and go after it and try and lose the 15% body fat that I developed over lockdown from too many cookies and too little training. Yeah, and let's sort this out. All right, guys, that is it. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave it in the box below. Give me a like, subscribe, share this video with your mates, and as always, I will catch up with you in the next one. Keep in touch with yourselves.